Welcome back to more Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Episode 6. I about said 1 for some reason. I don't know why. It's just a random thing. Today we're starting a new arc, because last time we fought Gaara. Before I was interrupted by that, we fought Gaara last time. The Shikaku, the third Hokage died. Yeah, some stuff happened. If you can't tell somehow, his eyes are the Sharingan. Yes, this is Itachi Uchiha. This is Sasuke's brother. Itachi is a very big fan favorite character, to say the least. I can't really say why, because we don't really learn a lot about him in this game, because the Akatsuki, which is the group, him and the shark guy, well, they're two members of it. More of that in Storm 2, obviously. But, yeah, he's a really big fan-favorite character just because he's edgy and cool and he's Sasuke's brother. And in Storm 2, especially, or in Part 2, Itachi's easily the best character. In my opinion, he is, in terms of development. Itachi, obviously, he has the Sharingan so he can copy stuff. And this fight's actually kind of interesting because, I mean, you have to win this fight because you're Kakashi in this. But in the anime, Itachi, or in the manga too, Itachi actually beats Kakashi, like, easily. Like, because he has an eye called the Mangekyo Sharingan. It's like an awesome Sharingan. It's like a level above the Sharingan, basically. And Itachi likes to use Genjutsu, which is like illusion type of attacks. And Itachi is this attack called Tsukiyomi. Japanese folklore thing, you know, go look it up. But basically he can trap people in it. He does it to Kakashi. And, like, what it is for Kakashi, it's just Itachi, like, stabbing Kakashi. Kakashi's, like, on this, is it a crucifix? Is that what I'm looking for here? We're gonna go with that, because I can't think of the actual term right now. But it's really cool. When Itachi's showing up, there's a show up right at the end of, the, Leaf Invasion, or the start of the new arc, whatever. He makes a big, entrance, to say the least. And Kisame, which is the shark guy, he is a sword which basically can suck out chakra, which will fight Kisame later, but you want to be very careful fighting him because that can take the chakra away from you, and you don't want that. Itachi also has probably the best ultimate jutsu in the game. It's amazing. And we'll probably show that in the multiplayer because I love his ultimate jutsu so much. Well, like I said, Itachi in the show, and technically in the game, beats Kakashi, traps him in Genjutsu, and then my favorite character in this game at least, or my second favorite character in this game at least, Might Guy pops up to save his rival Kakashi. If you don't know, Might Guy is Rock Lee, Neji, and Tenten Sensei, and he's pretty awesome. So yeah, we're gonna fight Kisame. I also really like Kisame. He's not like a big fan favorite character, but he's like a secondary character who I really like. I don't know why. I just think he's really cool. If I had to think of a way to describe... Okay, let me show his ultimate jutsu first, because my guy's ultimate jutsu is amazing. It is easily the best way to do combo attacks, because he does a lot. If you don't know, like, I love English a lot, and the victory cracks me up all the time. That's probably my favorite, well, see, I like the Itachi ultimate jutsu, but Might Guy's is just so stupid that I love it. Might Guy, like Lee, Might Guy can actually use, like, chakra, but he has similar attacks to Lee in the show, where he uses, like, the gates, and he mostly uses taijutsu. In the show, you actually never see him use, like, any really big jutsu besides the summoning jutsu, and he summons a big turtle. He only does that a couple times in the show, like, maybe, like, twice. He does it once in the Chunin exams, like, right at the beginning of it. And he does it, I think when he fights someone in Part 2, well, we've seen that fight in Storm 3. I don't know, Might Guy's pretty fun to play with. He has obviously his awesome ultimate jutsu. He has his Leaf Hurricane thing. It's really easy to hit people with that, I should mention, but it's called the Leaf Hurricane. At least Severe Hurricane. Kisame, though, is pretty good. I do like him as a character because he's a shark. And I have to show this off another time because I love this attack. Could you imagine how strong Might Guy is if he can do push-ups to you in the ground? Like, that's some, like... I haven't seen JoJo, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but it sounds like something they would do in that show. But I like Might Guy. If you've ever watched Fullmetal Alchemist, I would kind of compare him to Armstrong from that game. Dude Armstrong, not Girl Armstrong. Because they look weird, but they're really strong, you know? Every show kind of has that. Especially One Piece. One Piece has a lot of those. I would talk a whole thing about One Piece. Maybe if I do Boiling Blood one day, I think that's what that game's called. Burning Blood? I don't know. If I ever LP that, I'll talk about One Piece and that, because why not? But yeah, Naruto and Jiraiya went on another training quest, because Jiraiya is actually looking for the 5th Hokage, the next Hokage. Interesting thing about that is, in the show, there's like some elders in the Leaf Village. They do jack to shit in the show, basically. Well, for the most part, they don't do much. Well, you don't see them do much, is what I should say. But the funny, I've completely forgot what I was talking about. But they go on another training mission, and I should bring this up. One of my favorite things about this is when this arc starts, Jiraiya's like, Naruto, let's go on like a training mission. And Naruto's like, no, I'll pass. And he's like, oh, I guess I'll get Sasuke to go. And then Naruto's like, okay, I have to go, because fuck Sasuke. I don't know, this arc in part 1, I'd argue, is probably the weakest arc. Just because it introduces a character I'm not really a big fan of. It has a cool part in it, but for the most part, this arc kind of drags. I mean, from the game, you're not going to know, but like watching the arc, to me, it dragged a little bit when I first watched it. And it was a lot of hype, but it didn't really pay off a lot. I don't know, I mean, all part 1 arcs of Naruto, I think they're decent to good. Besides Chunin Exams arc, I'd say that's actually pretty great, because I really like that arc. But, like, I mean, going through arcs, I mean, I can't really talk about the last arc, but this is, like, the second to last arc in the game, I'll just say that. Like I said, this is probably well, crap, we'll just say, like, the 5th Hokage search arc is probably the weakest, with the Chunin Exams arc being the best. Here's the thing, I count Leaf Invasion with Chunin Exam, because that's telling the same thing. And then I'd probably say, the next arc is probably the second best, and then the Zabuza arc, which we didn't get to see, and then this arc. I don't really count the, like, starting, like, arcs and shows, because, I don't know, it's very odd, I just don't count it. It's me being really nitpicky and anal about stuff I know. I like that Jiraiya summons frogs. I mean, there's, like, the folklore about Jiraiya the Toad Sage, which I've never read. It looks interesting, though. Because he fights, like, the Snake Sage, or he fights, like, a snake, which is obviously Orochimaru. A lot of anime and manga like to do the whole Japanese folklore thing. But, I don't know, it's interesting, I think. Like I said, Jiraiya is one of my favorite characters in the show, just because he's such a goofball, but we won't get to him until, like, Storm 2, but, like, his actual, like, character is really good. Like, when you get, like, see, like, what he thinks, I'll just say that. I'll put it that way. This part kind of, I'm not a big fan that they left this out, because in the anime, this has one of the best moments in the show. Sasuke and Itachi, but before I shut up so that thing can talk, this part in the show is really cool, because in this part, Naruto and Jiraiya arrive in a village, and Naruto goes to a hotel because Jiraiya is, like, with some woman. He's like, fuck this, I'm gonna go get laid. And what fuck was it? Okay, I remember something. But basically, Naruto's at his hotel and he hears like a knock on the door, and he opens up. It's it's Kisame and Itachi, and Naruto's all freaked out, and Kisame's like, "I'll cut off a leg or two, just like we'll run away." I'm like, "Oh fuck, that's dark." And then Sasuke shows up. He's pissed because he wants to kill Itachi. It's his brother, and he killed his own clan. And Itachi, Sasuke's like, I waited so long to kill you. And he gets a Chidori and just slams it on the wall and just runs at him. It's awesome. It's one of the, I don't know, like cliffhangers, but that's a really good cliffhanger. and I was hyped for the next week. And then the next week, Itachi just beats the shit out of Sasuke, because Itachi's super strong. He's easily Kage level, no doubt. And Sasuke's probably, I'd say Chunin, you know, he's a Genin. Actually, you know what? After the end of this game, I'd argue they're actually Jonin level, but that's just me. Well, technically Naruto is a Jonin. He's probably actually Kage level if he gets the Fox Unleashed, but that's for another debate one day. Not debate, but you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I do like this part. Like, when this arc started, I had a lot of promise. And, like, until, like, I liked the arc until Itachi and Kisame League. Because, spoiler, they're not the main arcs of this, or they're not the main villains of this arc. We really don't, like, after this fight, we won't actually see Itachi and Kisame until Storm 2. I think it's, like, near the beginning of Storm 2. I could be wrong on that. That's kind of a slight spoiler there. But yeah, I liked the beginning. It's like, it was really hype, and then after this arc kind of drags just because some of the stuff they do. And you wouldn't think it because, like, the characters in the arc, but it's very odd. But this whole, like, Itachi-Kisame thing is pretty short. It doesn't last very long. I do like the whole, like, cloak they have. It's very, it just, I like it. The red clouds and the black. It's very Organization 13-ish, I guess. Here's the thing, that Akatsuki and Organization 13 remind each other, because I think it's the same amount of members when this, like, show starts, well, when we first get introduced to him. I should also mention, because I haven't done this yet, the goal of the, Akatsuki, it's really sad I just now mention this, is to capture Naruto, because he is the Nine-Tailed Fox, and, slight spoiler, but they want to capture all the tailed beasts. That's kind of, you could kind of figure that out, I'd imagine. So, you know, we'll see more of that in Storm 2, like I said. I am about to die here. I hope I don't. Okay, I don't die. Good. It's not the Chidori on the wall, but I'll take what I can get with this. It's still pretty cool. Like I did mention, Itachi's a Mangekyo Sharingan and Sasuke doesn't, because Sasuke he's not as good as Itachi yet. But yeah, like I said, Itachi beats Sasuke in this fight. For fights like these, it's always the complaint I have with these games, but like, I feel like the person who wins the fight should be the one you play as. That's just me. I never like that in games. It's anal and it's a nitpick, but I would like to play as Itachi, which is wrong. I actually have the Storm. I think I played this a few times ago, or like a few episodes ago, maybe the last episode. I wish you could play as more characters in this. Storm 3 is probably the better game in terms of that. Storm 2 as well, but you mostly play as Naruto, Sasuke, Kakashi. You play as like Sakura once. You know, I would have liked to play with more characters. I forgot to edit that out. Holy shit, Past Lance. How do you forget this? Whatever. We'll leave it in. I don't care. It's like a few seconds. You get to see more of the village. I guess that's gonna be my excuse every time I do this from now on. But it's time for Jiraiya versus Kisame. I'd argue one of the harder fights in the game, at least, just because when I suck with Jiraiya, I don't really play as him much, and Kisame with the whole like chakra absorption thing can be a bit of a bitch to fight sometimes. Depending on who your character is. Like with Sasuke, I can fight him no problem, but with Jiraiya, it's kind of hard. But yeah, this is like the first, and I believe the last time we play as Jiraiya. No, you're wrong, Jiraiya's not bad, but I'm just not good with him. He's kind of tanky, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Another difference from the anime and the manga, or the anime and the game, is that after Sasuke fights Itachi, I'm probably wrong with this. I'm probably screwing this up a little bit. Jiraiya pops up and he's like, you know what? Fuck this! And he makes like the hotel, like at least like that sector of the hotel. Sector is that the I don't know. Floor of the hotel, we'll say that. He makes it into, like this toad mouth, and it's really cool. Also, this is a pretty cool ultimate jutsu. But he's like, you guys aren't getting it away. You're gonna die in the belly of the beast, or the toad. Same thing. And Itachi has this move called Amaterasu. Look it up if you like Okami, especially you probably know what that is. And it's basically Black Flint, and Itachi burns his way out of the toad belly, and that's pretty cool. And they get away. Interesting note is Itachi, and Kisame talk about this, but Kisame's like, you know, you could probably handle Jiraiya, right? And Itachi's like, you know what, I could, but he's like, I don't want to, like, tire myself out on him. Because basically They say they're probably equals. I'd argue that because I think, honestly, I think Itachi could probably beat Jiraiya. That's just me. I can't really say why because we'll see in the next game, but I don't know. It's very interesting. And Jiraiya's ultimate jutsu is actually pretty cool, where he gets that blue attack. I won't say what it is. They're not Kamehameha. And he like puts fire on it. It's just dope. I don't know. I love in shows where attacks get combined. Just a personal, I don't know why, I love stuff like that. I did a really bad job playing as Jiraiya here. I really tried to do the whole breakdown, like that Toad like runs at him attack, but I just didn't do it correctly. I think Jiraiya is one of the easiest characters to get your substitution jutsu against, just because he has a lot of gaps between his attacks. I don't know. He's not bad in the games, he's just not my cup of tea to play with. I don't know. I said those in the hardest fights in the game. I don't know why. Maybe I was thinking something else. Probably was. But yeah, next time on Naruto Ultimate Stone, we'll be looking for the new Hokage and finishing off this arc. See you guys next time.